This is the all-new iFlight BOB57 made in partnership with award-winning pilot Ellis Van Jason. It features a top-mounted XT60 plug for your battery, as well as a USB Type-C for powering your action cameras with a built-in BEC. It also features efficient 1500 kV motors that pair perfectly with the 6-inch propellers, which give you the best of both 5 and 7-inch. It also features lightweight TPU side panels to help protect your electronics from unwanted debris or moisture. And the unique H-frame will help keep your props out of view and provide durability with 6mm arms. It also features the Blitz F7 stack with the F722 flight controller. It also has a spot for a rear camera mount underneath if you want to run two at the same time, and upgraded hardware GPS for more reliability. The package also provides two antennas, one short range and one long range. Hey, what's up everybody? My name is Lee and this is Adventure FPV. So the reason I am so excited about the BOB57 is because I recently started flying 7-inch quads for cinematics and mountain diving and things like that, and I absolutely love it. I recently purchased the iFlight Chimera 7 Pro. You can check out a link to my review of that right here. So I wanted something that maybe was a little bit more agile. The 7-inch is pretty floaty, so I wanted something that would maybe be a little bit more agile, and I also wanted to have a backup quad to my primary in case something happened to it. So let's start by unboxing this quad and see what we get. So the packaging is pretty basic. The quad is secured down, everything else is just on top. There's some paperwork, there are several different size battery straps. There's also two antennas, one long, one short, and your USB-C cables included in that package. It comes with two complete sets of props, which is really nice. It also comes with some stickers. Again, you get some more battery straps here and your additional antenna. It also comes with the separate GoPro mount. This is actually for the bottom of the quad, not for the top. Here are your nuts for your props, and here is a little pigtail for your receiver. I'm just using the DJI remote control with the Vista unit. Now, these did fall off, so I'm not sure if this is props in or props out. We're gonna have to check that in BETAFLIGHT. Now this is my first H-style frame, which I'm pretty excited about because I do a lot of cinematics and I'm used to the dead cat frame, but I'm really excited to try this new configuration. Alright, let's get this thing set up. So this rear plug is for your Vista and the front is for your flight controller. So let's go ahead and activate the Vista unit by plugging in, setting up the DJI software. It only takes a moment. You gotta go ahead and put in your information and submit. And then you can also check and make sure there's any firmware updates or anything. If there are some, I'd go ahead and recommend doing them. Now let's bind our goggles. Press the button on the Vista and then press the button on your goggles, and then repeat the same process for your remote control by pressing the record, the custom button, and the jog wheel all at the same time. Now it's time to hop into BETAFLIGHT, so we'll go ahead and plug into the flight controller. Make sure your props are off when you do this. I like to start by doing a diff all and making a backup of the factory settings of the flight controller, so if I make any changes, I can always restore to this. This quad will be mostly set up out of the box. You'll just have to go and put in your own rates. If you want to make any adjustments, you can do that. Now, the changes that I'm making here are actually changes that were recommended by Ellis Van Jason. He put out a video. I'll put a link in the description of some of the things that he did to kind of fine-tune this. So before I even flew it with the default tune, I just did exactly what he had recommended, as this is his baby, and I really trust what he has to say on this. Like I said, I'm sure this thing flies great right out of the box, but I wanted to have the experience that the creator wanted me to have. This quad comes preloaded with BETAFLIGHT 4.3, and GPS rescue is enabled right out of the box. Now, if you're having issues arming, it could be because you don't actually have a fix on the satellite, so you could check the box to say allow without fix. I do recommend that you do your own research on GPS rescue and don't just follow the default settings. There are lots of good videos out there that show you how to set this up. Alright, so as exciting as an unboxing video is, I think you guys are here for the flight footage. So I'm actually going to do a series of different flights throughout this first impression / review that I'm going to do. I'm going to start off by doing just a basic flight, just getting used to the controls, the rates, the way it flies, maybe do a little bit of acro to see how it performs. Then I'm going to take a 1300 milliamp hour 6S LiPo battery. Now a 1300 6S battery is probably on the low end of what you want to fly this quad with, but that's going to be the test. I want to see how much flight time, how efficient this quad is. And then I'm going to use a 4000 milliamp hour 6S LIION battery to see what kind of flight time times we can get out of that, because I'm getting about maybe 7, 8, 9 minutes, you know, depending on how I fly on the Chimera 7 Pro. So I want to see if this does any better with the different size motors, just see if it's lighter, more efficient. So let's go ahead and jump into the first flight footage. Alright, so the first flight's just going to be kind of getting used to the tune, the quad itself, the feel for it. I'm not using my rates on this, so I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about it, because of course rates are very subjective. But so far, I feel like this thing had a lot more lift than I thought it would right out the gate for its weight. So I like that. It feels really nice. Cruising nice and smooth. Like I said, I'm not going to do anything too crazy. Might try and run a punch here and see how much power it has up and over this tree. Yep, she's got lots of power. And it felt really nice coming out of that roll as well. So that was good. Probably not going to share this entire flight with you because I have some other flights lined up, but definitely wanted to just kind of get the first stick feel, make sure everything was set up and configured properly. And yeah, nope, yeah, see, those are not my rates. Those are a little faster than what I'm used to. I fly with pretty slow rates, so a little bit of snapback there because I'm not used to that. But yeah, it did recover nicely. Nice little roll here. Yeah, I'm really liking the way this thing flies. I mean, I can see why they say it's the best of both 5 and 7 because it is floaty, but it does have some agility. I don't feel, oh, see, I'm not used to that stick yet. Yeah, it's definitely floaty, like a 7-inch, but not quite as bad as like the 7-inch that I have, the Chimera 7. I don't know that I would be doing all these types of maneuvers with it, so that is nice. It does have a little bit of a 5-inch feel. It is nice and smooth. Now I want to test and see how it is when you let off the throttle, so here we go, just completely off. Yeah, see, it dives pretty good. I know the 7-inch takes a bit of time to come down. It's almost like flying an airplane, so that is nice that it is a little more responsive when you want to dive. I do want to try doing a couple things, maybe like a power loop. I'd like to see how long it stays inverted. But so far, man, I'm really liking this. I'm going to punch over this tree again here. Yep, it's got lots of lift. There we go, that was a little better on that. Getting used to these rates a little bit. Like I said, these are the stock rates, and they're not that fast, but like I said, I fly with really, really slow rates. I'll put my rates on the screen if you're interested in that. Yeah. I really do like this a lot. I think this thing's really going to shine when you can, oh, here we go, when you can take it up to like the mountains or something. You know, it's got a lot of power if you want to be doing some dives, if you want to be coming down. Let's do a power loop here and go inverted for a moment. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that hang time's nice. I like that. I want to do that again. That was pretty cool. Let's see. Do one more inversion just to see that hang time one more time. Oh yeah. Nice. But yeah, I'm really liking the feel of this. I am going to come back and land though because there is a bug that is on my face. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys a little bit of this flight, and we'll get back into some other different flying styles and see what you guys think about that. All right, so I was definitely still getting used to the sticks on that quite a bit. It was not my rates, and rates are very subjective. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my rates on it, and I'm gonna fly this thing with the 1300 milliamp hour battery, and we're gonna see what kind of flight times we can get out of it. Check it out. All right, we're gonna hyperlapse this flight footage because I know you don't want to watch another, you know, however long this is, 6, 7, 8, 9 minutes or something of flight footage. So I'm gonna put the time up on the screen. This is with the 1300 milliamp hour 6S LiPo battery with the GoPro 10 without a battery. It's using the BEC little battery mod that's built in on the deck, which is really, really cool. Now I'm guessing that a 1300 milliamp hour battery is probably the smallest battery that I'm going to fly on this quad, so, you know, set my expectations about what kind of flight time I can end up getting out of this, which in the end, I ended up getting just about 7 minutes, which was super impressive. You know, I wasn't doing any crazy punch outs, I was just kind of cruising around, but, you know, I just wanted to see what the maximum flight time would be on a battery this size. Okay, so I'm pretty impressed with those flight times. I think it was like 7 minutes or something like that. I can only imagine if you're using like an 1800 or larger battery that you'd be really satisfied with those flight times. All right, now let's throw the 4000 milliamp hour LIION battery on this and see how much flight time we can really get out of it. Okay, so now this is for my biggest battery that I'll probably be flying it with, which is a 4000 milliamp hour LIION battery. So you're not going to get a bunch of punch out or a lot of extra power, but this is going to be great if you're doing mountain cruising or diving or just general cruising. You're not going to be doing any crazy flippy floppies. In the end, I was able to achieve about 13 minutes of flight time. Probably could have went a little bit longer depending on your flying style and your setup. Could have done some things to save some weight. I know you could probably take off the side panels if you wanted to do that and save some weight. But yeah, I'm still really impressed. I was actually really fatigued by the time I was done with this flight anyway. All right, now I do highly recommend that you guys go check out Ellis Van Jason's video on this. He's the co-creator of this drone. He has lots of technical specs, so if you want to nerd out a little bit, go check out his channel. I'll put a link down in the description where you can view his video of all the technical specs. I'm not going to get into that. I'm just going to be an end user. I'm going to just test this drone out, see how I like it, and pass that information along to you guys. I am really, really excited to put this drone to the test up in the mountains here pretty soon. I'm actually going to be going on a trip this weekend, so I should have some really good flight footage, and I'll probably do a follow-up review in about a month or so. These were just my first impressions. This was not a real deep dive into the technicals of this. I just wanted to share the information that I had with you so far. I really appreciate you sticking around till the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a thumbs up, as it will help the algorithm. If you've been to my channel before and you like my content but you haven't subscribed, now would be a great time to do that. I also offer channel memberships, which get you discounts on merch, and it gives you access to my LUT packs and thumbnail packs and other great digital downloads on my website. And make sure you stay tuned for more flight footage and a follow-up review of the BOB57. Thanks for watching.